In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on October 20th, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Capitals versus Ottawa Senators. It's an Eastern Conference duel at Canadian Tire Center, with the Caps at Ottawa in the first matchup between the two this season. After dropping their first 2 games, Washington has bounced back with 2 straight wins, including a 6-4 win over Vancouver on Monday. The Senators blew an early 3-goal lead on Tuesday night, but kept the pedal on the gas to outlast Boston 7-5 in their home opener. The last meeting between these two came back in February, when the Sens halted a 10-game losing streak against the Caps that dated back to 2017. The Capitals are 0-4 in their last 4 games on Thursday. The Capitals are 5-0 in their 5 games, playing on 2 days of rest. The under is 12-2 in the Senators' last 16 games against the Metropolitan. The over is 5-1 in the Senators' last 6 home games. Ottawa's 7-5 win over Boston was an impressive coming-out party for the offense, but in the same game they continued to allow the Bruins back into it when they had them down and out. The Capitals will take advantage if given the same opportunity afforded the first 3 teams, to whom the Senators allowed an average of 4 goals per game. I am not sure this sparks another long Washington win streak in the series, but I do think it'll be a start. So the Washington Capitals money line is our full game side pick. The Capitals are averaging 3.25 goals per game and scored 2 goals in their only road game. They averaged 3.67 goals per game in their last 3 games against the Senators. With Ottawa giving up 4 goals per game so far, the Capitals will go over their average in this game. The Senators are averaging 3.33 goals per game and scored 7 goals in their only home game. They averaged 3.67 goals per game in their last 3 games against the Capitals. The Capitals and Senators played over the total in 4 of their last 6 meetings. Though both teams tripped out of gate, each crushed the over in their last game and combined had 13 goals and wins for both. Both offenses have now shown their capabilities to be potent, which should carry into Thursday night's game. The average combined score in the last 10 games between these two teams is 6.7 goals per game, and the over is 4-2 in the last 6 games in the series. With Washington giving up 3.25 goals per game and 3 goals in their only road game, the Senators will score enough goals to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New Jersey Devils versus New York Islanders. The New Jersey Devils face the New York Islanders, with both teams looking to start the season strong. The Devils won their first game of the season after 2 losses to start the year, while the Islanders have won back-to-back games following their opening night loss. Both teams are looking to have big years in the Metropolitan Division, and the upcoming game should be a great one as a result. The Devils are 13-39 in their last 52 road games and 21-52 in their last 73 overall. The Islanders are 8-3 in their last 11 versus Metropolitan and 2-6 in their last 8 games following a win. The over is 5-1 in Devils' last 6 overall. The over is 4-1 in Islanders' last 5 overall. The Devils are 5-16 in the last 21 meetings in New York and 9-27 in the last 36 meetings. The favorite is 25-9 in the last 34 meetings. The home team is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. It's not a good sign for a team when in the first 2 games of the season, fans are calling for the head coach's job and players are calling a game a must-win. That is the situation the Devils have found themselves in after 3 games. The must-win may have been a bit dramatic, but there is some angst around the Devils organization. They beat the Ducks 4-2 on Tuesday to get their first win of the season after consecutive 3-goal losses. New Jersey has an uphill battle on Thursday, facing a team that on paper and early on looked better than them. The Islanders have bullied their last 2 opponents and are looking to make it 3 consecutive wins. Over the past few years, the name of the Islanders game was smothered countering and containing the opposition, leading to winning low-scoring games. That is the hallmark of a Barry Trotz coach team. But this season, without Trotz at the helm, they have continued flexing goal prevention, averaging just 2 goals against in their 3 games. Uncharacteristically, they have scored an average of 4.33 goals per game thus far. It remains to be seen how long it will last. But for now, the Islanders have put things together on both sides of the puck. The New Jersey Devils have been a mess defensively up to this point, and it's hard to get behind them on the road against a team as consistent as the Islanders. The New York Islanders always get after it defensively and don't beat themselves, but they've shown signs of life offensively up to this point as well. I get the reasoning for wanting to back the Devils off of their first win of the year, but the reality for me is that they're still not a very good hockey team and are likely going to be in or near the division basement come the end of the year. The Islanders have looked pretty good out of the gate, and this is a reasonable price to back an Islanders team that's owned the head-to-head in recent years. Their current form should be enough to beat this weaker Devils team for the 4th time in the last 5 head-to-heads since last season. You can even make a strong argument this line should be steeper, so the New York Islanders money line is our full game side pick. The Islanders figure to be the primary factor in the game total here. As mentioned, the Islanders' identity over the years has been defense and goaltending as opposed to goal scoring. They held the Panthers to 29 shots and 3 goals, of which one was an empty netter. They followed up that performance with back-to-back wins, holding opponents to 3 total goals. The Devils do not have much goal-scoring prowess. The Islanders have a great opportunity to keep the Devils in check, which would contribute to a low total. That would leave it up to New York to carry the weight of a high total if the over were to hit. While the Islanders have done that twice in a row, that doesn't seem to be their identity, and they shouldn't be relied on to produce enough to carry the total themselves. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Vancouver Canucks versus Minnesota Wild. The Vancouver Canucks face the Minnesota Wild with both teams looking to turn around rough starts to the season. The Canucks have a 0-3-1 record while the Wild are 0-3 to start the season. Both teams are looking to get to the win column and improve off difficult starts to the season to make up ground in the Western Conference. The Canucks are 0-7 in their last 7 road games and 0-5 in their last 5 overall. The Wild are 52-21 in their last 73 home games and 0-6 in their last 6 overall. The over is 11-3-2 in Canucks' last 16 overall. The over is 6-2-1 in Canucks' last 9 road games. The over is 5-1 in Wild last 6 overall. The over is 42-19-1 in Wild last 62 home games. The under is 8-1-2 in Wild last 11 games playing on 2 days rest. It has been a start of the season to forget for both of these teams. With a combined record of 0-6-1 entering this game, the Wild have a little bit more leeway. The Wild have gone through a mini gauntlet to start the season as they have lost to the Rangers, Kings, and Avalanche. All 3 were playoff teams, 2 of which played in the conference finals, and obviously the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. The Canucks have blown 2-goal leads in all 4 of their losses thus far. Edmonton and Washington are more understandable losses than Philadelphia and Columbus. Minnesota has faced much better teams and has scored an average of 4 goals per game. Things look a bit better for the Wild right now. The Canucks have yet to play their home opener this season, which comes in their next game after this one. While Vancouver will be pressing for a win, this is a getaway spot that Minnesota can take advantage of. It may seem like a good thing that the Canucks will be pressing for their first win because that indicates an increased effort. That would be neutralized though, as the Wild will also be pressing for their first win of the season and would like to avoid going 0-4 at home to start the campaign. They also will have increased effort and urgency. The Minnesota Wild are the more talented team here overall, and they've been great at home the last couple of years. If there's one team to turn things around, it's going to be Minnesota. The Wild are the more reliable team on Thursday given their offensive production and home ice advantage, so the Minnesota Wild money line is our full game side pick. The Wild, who have scored 12 goals in their last 3 games, should constantly create scoring chances with Kirill Kaprizov, Matt Boldy, and the rest of the forward unit creating open shots on the wing and finding open ice in the offensive zone. The Canucks, who average 3 goals per game, should run up the score against a Wild defense that has allowed 20 goals in their first 3 games with Elias Pettersson, Bo Horvat, JT Miller, and the rest of the forward unit crashing the net on the rush and creating open shots with great puck movement, allowing defensemen Quinn Hughes and Oliver Ekman-Larsson to pick apart the Wild defense from the point. These 2 goaltenders have been absolutely brutal this season. Until they can prove they cannot allow goals for an extended period of time, I am going to expect it. The Canucks had the over hit in 3 of their first 4 games, while the Wild has had all 3 games hit the over. Minnesota has been dominant on the power play, scoring 6 goals, while Vancouver has scored twice on the power play this year. Both teams also have been aggressive shooting the puck, with the Canucks averaging 32.8 shots per game, while the Wild have posted 36.7 shots per game right now. The over is 4-0-1 in their last 5 Canucks games against the Central Division, as well as in 5 of the previous 6 games for the Wild overall. Both teams have been led by their offenses, and the upcoming game should reflect that, with both teams finding the back of the net with ease against 2 struggling defenses. This will be a high-scoring game controlled by both offenses. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started.